This is The Wheel Weaves, a Wheel of Time podcast with no spoilers. Welcome, listeners. I'm your host, Dani, and I'm the first-time reader who's going through this 15-book series chapter by chapter. As always, there are no spoilers past the chapter we are covering, and that means it is totally safe for first-time readers. I'm joined by my co-host, Brett, who's a longtime fan of the series, and he's acting as my tour guide on this journey. Before we get into things today, we just want to thank and welcome DT, Kat O'Malley, Gabor Gerst, and Ian to the Wheel Weaves Patreon team. We're really excited to have your support and really want to thank you for your generosity because you are helping to make this podcast even better. In this episode, we are talking about Chapter 26 and 27 of The Great Hunt.
Yeah, 2 chapters, 1 episode. So.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, from here on out, we should be doing 2 chapters per episode too, so...
Yeah, we just came up with a schedule to ensure that we finish by the end of June.
Yes, the second book, so hopefully we can stick to that.
Yes.
Yeah, so chapter 26 we have Discord, and chapter 27 we have The Shadow in the Night.
Ooh.
Yeah, a lot of good stuff that happens here.
Yes. Certainly, things happen.
Events transpire.
For sure. Are we supposed to give like a shout out to our Discord? Because this chapter is called Discord?
I don't know, I guess so. But I don't really know, so...
Hey,
Discord, good job.
yeah, and also come join our Discord.
Yeah, why not?
Cool. We want to talk to you.
So let's jump into the fun fact for today.
Yeah.
And this one is more aimed at the next chapter because we get a whole firework thing going on in the second chapter.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, so I had to look up a little bit of history on fireworks and how that all came to be.
You had to.
I had to. I was forced to.
You had no other choice.
I had nothing else to look up for today because typically I had to keep it a little bit relevant. So,
I thought you were going to go with the whole theme of the puppets and then actors.
Okay, well, no.
Because we do talk about the appearance of actors.
We did, and I kind of talked about that the last couple chapters.
I thought that's where you were going to go. Okay, but go.
I got
Tell me
some
about
stuff
fireworks.
in the chapter for that, and I also have another really cool thing that happens in this chapter, but the fireworks was the thing I was going with.
Tell me about fireworks.
So, fireworks originally were invented in China, which makes sense because that's also where gunpowder was invented.
Yep.
And the two go very closely. Explosives, yeah.
Yep.
And the cultural practice was to typically scare away evil spirits and bring luck and happiness.
Cool.
So there are a couple similarities how fireworks are like viewed in this series as to how traditionally fireworks were viewed too. Because in China, pyrotechnicians were actually very respected for their knowledge of the complex techniques that it took to create the different types of fireworks and the colors, because it was a whole thing. And here in the Wheel of Time, we kind of get that they're very secretive and they're like their own chapter house and they have like 2 in the entire world.
Now, I have a theory about maybe this is where the Illuminati came from.
Okay.
Because,
okay.
the Illuminators.
Yeah, I get it.
Very secret.
Yeah.
Illuminati
secretly control the world or something like that.
Yeah.
That was in that Nicolas Cage movie, I'm pretty sure. National Treasure. I'm pretty sure there was like an eyeball on a pyramid or something.
I was thinking of Angels and Demons.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
That too. It's all connected, see? Yeah. But yeah, the cool part about fireworks is how they kind of started. So originally, people would actually throw bamboo stems into fire, and that would produce an explosion and a loud sound. And then to try and replicate that, people would pack gunpowder into small containers to mimic the sound of the burning bamboo.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so kind of cool.
So they wanted the, explosion sound.
Yeah.
Without, firing a gun.
Well, they didn't have guns yet, so...
Oh, they had gunpowder, but they didn't have guns?
Yeah, guns came after gunpowder.
Oh.
Yeah.
I know this. This is history I know.
Okay, so order of events, gunpowder first, guns came later.
What did they do with gunpowder?
Threw it in fires. I think I just explained that. And just to kind of end off on this fireworks note, they also used the colored fireworks, which were developed very early on, because they would use those in the military to create signals with different colors of smoke and fire. And
that's just based on which elements, which chemicals are burning, right?
Yeah, exactly. So there's only a few, but...
That's actually what determines the colors of the Northern Lights.
Yeah.
Aurora Borealis, it depends on which element or chemical is burning.
Yeah, like I always say, it's either science or magic, and in this case, it's science. So
with a bit of magic.
With a little hint of magic.
Like Gandalf fireworks. That's what I think
Turn
of.
into dragons and everything like that.
Yeah.
Ooh, dragons. Okay.
Yeah.
And lastly, as the knowledge of gunpowder kind of spread across the world, one of the things that the Chinese kept secret was the diversity of the colors. So they had like the best fireworks out of all the different places that took that knowledge. Yeah.
Cool. Secretive,
just like the Illuminators.
Illuminati.
Got it.
Okay, cool. So I think we should get right into chapter 26. We got a lot to talk about tonight.
Yep.
And chapter 26 is called Discord, and there is a harp picture, which makes sense because Tom gets his harp back.
And it's called Discord because Rand can play Discord on the harp.
Is that a song?
No, Discord, not that chord.
Oh, no. Yikes.
Oh, okay. Anyways.
That's so bad. Oh, my.
That was pretty good.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I didn't know what you were talking about.
Yeah.
So bad. Okay. So last chapter, Rand and crew got to Cairhien, and Rand made an ass of himself.
Yep.
At the gate and at the inn.
Yep. And probably got some hits put out on him, possibly, for burning letters.
100%.
Yep.
So he found out that Tom is alive and in the foregate.
And you were so surprised.
And
you were
I
shocked.
found out that I am so right, and apparently I didn't gloat enough.
Okay.
The problem is I didn't feel the need to gloat because it wasn't a shocking revelation that I was like, ha ha ha, bitches.
Yeah, you never believed
I was
he
like,
dead,
no, he's alive, and I'm not surprised.
You know what? And I tried hard.
But I can say it now. Ha ha ha! I was right, bitches. How about that?
That's good. That's enough gloating.
All right. So, anyways, he's in the foregate, and now Rand is going to meet him in about an hour.
Yeah, with his stuff.
With his stuff. So now we pick up where we left off, and Rand is super pumped that Tom is alive, and he wants to grin at everything, and he's running back to the inn to get Tom's stuff, and he sees the innkeeper, and he winks at him.
Yeah, he's just giving the finger guns to everybody and then
he's
laughing and
hey.
winking.
So he's acting super erratic, but it's okay.
He's overwhelmed with joy.
Yeah.
But this can't really be helping him stay under the radar.
No.
So
anyways, he goes up to the room, sees Hearn and Loyal, goes, "Hey guys, Tom's alive." And then Loyal goes, "Nice. You've talked about him. I'd like to meet him. ... someday."
Yeah.
Oh, I'd like to meet him in a nice hypothetical way.
Eventually.
I'm not going to leave this room
Not now.
But eventually.
Yeah.
But Hearn says, "Yeah, I'll watch the horn for you." Apparently the common room is full of very nosy people who are just trying to get a bunch of information about Rand out of Hearn.
Without seeming like they're trying to get information.
Except they are.
That's part of the game.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Rand really wants Loyal to come, puts on the peer pressure.
Yeah.
Super hard.
Little bit of bullying later, and Loyal's coming.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So I think that Rand is acting a little bit odd.
Okay, yeah, I was going to ask if you're reading anything into this.
Yeah, he's just... I get that he's super euphoric. This is a big deal. He really thought Tom was dead, and now he's alive. It's a freaking miracle.
Yeah.
So, I'm a little bit chalking it up to that.
Okay.
But my This Is Weird radar did go off.
Do you have any explanation for the This Is Weird radar? Anything?
I don't know. He's been channeling quite a bit, and we haven't really been seeing any reactions.
Yeah.
Remember when he'd be acting, erratic and kind of weird?
I do remember that, yeah.
And, super hilarious.
Yep.
But...
swinging from the mast?
Yeah. Yep. That would be a reaction, but since the Eye of the World... I don't know, we haven't really seen, or at least you haven't pointed any out that I've missed.
Yeah.
Any, reactions.
We also don't generally see Rand happy, since this series started. There's not a lot of happy moments, so maybe this is just, this is happy Rand.
Yeah,
and it doesn't
kind
happen.
of reminds me of erratic...
Okay.
...type channeling...
Yeah, reaction
thing.
Trying to pick a fight with some White Cloaks.
Yeah, and I mean, be happy and go, but, forcing Loyal to come, I don't know.
Yeah,
It's all kind of weird to me.
So, the radar's gone off. We'll keep an eye out for it.
Yeah, I don't know if it makes sense or not. There was a time where he basically had a reaction and a channeling at the same time. That was the Eye of the World, right?
Yeah.
So... Does that mean reactions are over? I have no idea.
From what we can tell, it seems like they should be over.
Yeah, because,
And nothing else has really followed suit
unless
as closely.
Unless this is, the whole going crazy
Okay, so like the Sidene taint is
Yeah.
infecting his brain and making him act
making
weird?
him go mad.
Okay.
And
Is this madness?
I have no idea. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Okay.
Like, madness is craziness, right? He's, like, acting a little odd.
Yeah.
And I do have a point later when we get to talking to Tom. I have a point about this.
Okay.
So we'll come back to it.
Come back to it.
Oh, this is when Rand winks at the innkeeper on his way out.
Yeah, and finger guns.
Yeah.
I can just imagine like the Tobey Maguire,
Yeah.
like what is it, Spider-Man, where he's like doing the dancing and finger guns and winking at people.
Yeah.
Some people know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
So Rand basically goes, let them think what they want. I'm not playing their dumb game, but if he wants to think I am, whatever. And he's just super happy about Tom, but I'm not sure. So they're on their way. They get to the Bunch of Grapes, which is a rickety old wood inn. And the innkeeper tells Rand that Tom isn't here, but Dina will likely let them wait for him.
Yeah, who's Dina? Ooh.
So
okay.
they go up to a room, and it has some lady in it.
Yep.
Some young, pretty lady.
Young, pretty lady, couple years older than Rand.
Yeah. Juggling on the bed.
Yeah.
Okay.
The one bed.
The one bed.
The one sole bed in the room.
In the room.
Yeah.
So she says that this is her and Tom's room. And she looks at Loyal, raises an eyebrow, and says, so the Ogier have come back.
Yes.
So it's a notable thing that all the Ogier left.
Yes.
And I want to know why.
I believe we found that out in the first book. We had a little bit of a mention where the Ogier were like trying to do some building in Cairhien, but Galdrian wasn't paying them, so they left.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because Loyal ran into some Ogier when he was on his way to Camelin.
They were doing the building.
But since they've been back, they haven't seen any.
Yes.
And that's really why Loyal hasn't wanted to leave.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't want to run into any Ogier and have to explain himself.
Yeah, it kind of seems like the Ogier might be on a little bit of a strike right now, so
Yeah.
we don't really know what's happening.
Ogier strike.
Ogier strike.
They're on the picket lines.
Yes.
Yeah, all right. So anyway, so she lets them stay and tells them about sort of being Tom's apprentice and how Tom might even let her perform in the halls next week.
Yeah, that's exciting.
And she wants to go see the world, and there's a lot of we talk
There is.
happening. I'm getting more than apprentice vibes.
Yeah.
here.
I was going to say, before we get the obvious, like, they're making out in front of Rand and making him super uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Did you get the vibe that Dina was, like,
Yes.
a
Yeah.
partner?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's one bed, and she's like, we are going to go here. We are going to go do this.
Yeah.
We're going to go to all these places.
Yeah.
Like, me and Tom
Okay.
are going.
Do you want to talk about the whole first woman Gleeman thing at all?
Yeah, I want to talk about it when Tom's like, she can't be a glee man.
Shouldn't.
And I'll be like, fuck you, Tom.
Okay.
Let her do what she wants.
You know what? He's got a good point about that, though, because,
no, he doesn't.
Life of a Wanderer versus, like, sweet setup in a royal
Wouldn't
palace.
that be up to her to decide what's best for her?
He's done both, though, and
Doesn't
has
matter.
experience.
Nope.
Okay, I'm just saying, comfortable position.
Nope.
Playing for a king or queen.
Nope. She doesn't want a comfortable position. She wants to see the world and be a traveling gleeman. That's the life she wants.
Remember back in, I think it was Eye of the World, I'm pretty sure, and I'm just going off the top of my head here, Perrin said something like, who would want to marry a gleeman or something like that? Or a tinker, because they're like wanderers or something.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was, but it was just like, because it's not a life suited for women or a marriage.
Yeah, that's like the whole
so
way of looking at things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure.
Just a thought.
Uh-huh. Well, whatever.
Would you want to be a gleeman?
Sure.
To travel the world?
Yeah. It sounds like being a famous rock star in this world.
Only you get shortchanged.
Yeah, that part
There's like a lot of bad things, too.
There's a lot of bad things about being like super famous and rich, I bet. I can't think of any right now, but I'm
Probably
sure.
something, yeah.
Oh, man. Okay, well, anyway. I think it's cool, and I want her to be the first woman glee man.
Yeah.
Glee woman.
Okay, are you calling it
and
then?
then we have to say glee person.
Glee person. So I have a question. Are you going to call, what is your prediction? Is she going to be a gleeman or a court bard?
I think that if anything is going to happen to her because she's come into contact with Rand, she's going to run off to the White Tower.
Okay.
To become an Aes
Turns
Sedai.
out she's the most powerful Aes Sedai anyone's experienced in years. Yeah, okay.
I don't know. Probably coming into contact with Rand makes everybody that comes into contact with Rand do something crazy. So
okay.
I don't know.
So
We'll
Aes
see.
Sedai possibly?
No, I was just joking. So Rand thinks about how this is probably more than an apprentice for Tom. And in that moment, Tom bursts in the door and Dina leaps up and starts making out with him and says, I missed you. And it's like, okay, mystery solved.
Yeah, it takes a shocking amount of time for Rand to even pick up that they are a couple.
He's like, oh, maybe I shouldn't even be in here. I should wait downstairs.
This is not appropriate.
Not appropriate.
Yeah.
So Tom starts talking about how he's super annoyed about some pack of louts who call themselves players and they pretend to be other people.
Yeah.
It's crazy, and it's nothing like he can do.
Well, this is the really cool evolution of like how it really happened in our world, where originally there's like storytelling and puppetry.
And like songs.
And songs, yeah. And then it evolves into like these louts who are acting.
Yeah.
Right? And pretending to be Rogosh Eagle Eye. What?
Yeah, with a backdrop.
Yeah.
And he's all pissed off because he's like, my stories make people feel things, and I make them picture it. So
he's kind of being a hater here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, you know what they say is the actors replaced the Gleeman, unfortunately.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, he's going to have to, like, learn new ways.
Get with the times.
Get with the times, old man.
Although you can't just, like, be an actor in the middle of an inn.
Well.
Like, something like this is going to replace Gleeman in, like, festivals.
Yeah,
and things like
but that's
that.
where the money is.
Oh,
right. So like the big events.
Maybe.
So okay.
Maybe.
So let's keep an eye out that for how Tom's gonna.
Yeah, this actually reminds me because there's plays and stuff in Game of Thrones.
Yes. Yeah.
We see that quite a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is where Tom kicks Dina out, and then he sits down with Loyal and Rand. Tom says that Dina will be a bard one day. She's very good, and then he says that Master Gil in Camelin said that Rand left in the company of an Ogier. And I'm kind of wondering about the timing. How long did it take for Tom to show up after they left?
Well, it seems like not that far because we kind of get here too that as Tom was journeying, he realized that Rand was like slightly ahead of him playing in the inns.
Yes.
So Tom realistically was pretty close behind. And if they could have stayed in Camelin just a little bit longer, they would have
even
joined
literally
up.
Any of the inns that they stayed in.
Yeah.
Like, Rand was so intense on moving as fast as they could and getting out of everywhere they were.
Yeah.
But if they had just stayed...
Well, that's because, like, the Fade might have been chasing him.
Yeah.
So.
Which he was.
Yeah.
He was chasing them.
Yeah.
But still.
Like, that was his whole fear. So it went Rand and Matt, and then the Fade and the Dark Friends, and then Tom.
Yeah. And Tom was probably moving a bit slow because he's got his limp.
Yeah. Right? And then you had, like...
Although he's probably catching rides and stuff. But...
Yeah. And Perrin and Egwene are coming in from the north to...
Yeah, that was fun.
That was good.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is where Loyal says that Dina wants to be a Gleeman, and Tom just shakes his head and says, that's no life for a woman. And this is where I say, okay, well, maybe that's not for you to decide.
Well, it's not for a man either, he says.
Yeah, I don't...
It's not for anybody.
Yeah.
It's a bad life. It's not fun.
Yeah, but that's up to her to decide.
Yeah, but, I'm kind of on team Tom. Not for making the decision for her, but for, like, giving her some good advice. Like, hey, get a cozy
But maybe
gig.
It's not good advice.
Based on what?
Well, I don't know. If you hated being... Like, I tried to be in sales and be a salesperson, and I hate that job. That's not a job I like. It's not a good job for me, working commission. I don't like that. But I can't say to you, that's no job for you. That's a bad job because I don't like it. I can't tell you what to do based on what I like and know.
But to be fair, you tell me things all the time that I should be doing.
That's called marriage. That's different.
Well, it turns out that Tom and Dina are going to be married, so...
No,
I'm pretty sure I win this argument.
But for something like this, no way. And I think you need to back down because I'm going to get annoyed. Anyway, rant over, except for that, that's not for him to decide.
Okay, fair.
Give her, let her try it out. And if she hates it, then whatever.
Yeah.
Then she has the skills. She can go do it somewhere else.
I'm agreeing on that side, but he's allowed to try to convince her.
I don't think he's going to do a very good job of it, though. She seems pretty eager.
Well, she's going to be an Aes Sedai, so it doesn't matter what we think.
Right.
Yeah.
Tom will just hate that.
Yeah.
Okay, so Rand gives Tom his instruments back, and Rand tells Tom that he earned his bed and meals for a while with that, and then Tom says, I know, dryly, and he had to make do with just, juggling and stories, And then he is concerned that Rand has touched his harp. So
Yes.
good thing that Rand never touched his harp.
So this is fun.
Yeah.
Because in your book, that's what it says.
Oh.
In my book, it says something different.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, fun fact here.
Cool.
Impromptu fun fact. So,
Yay, cool.
Let's get your book first and read that phrase.
Okay. Okay, so Tom says, "Your clumsy sheepherder's fingers were never meant for the harp." "I didn't touch it," Rand assured him. Tom plucked 2 strings, wincing. "At least you could have kept it in tune," he muttered. And then that's it. Rand leaned across the table towards him. "Tom, you wanted to go to Ilion," and it's over about the harp.
Okay, now in my book, it says, "Your clumsy sheepherder's fingers were never meant for the harp. I didn't touch it," Rand assured him. Tom plucked 2 strings, wincing. "At least you weren't fool enough to try keeping it tuned," he muttered. "Could have ruined it."
That's funny, because I actually have a note that says he didn't want him to touch it, but he wanted to keep it in tune.
Yeah, so when RJ originally wrote it, he wrote it as in your version, and then he got a lot of fan mail saying, "Hey,
that doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make any sense because he shouldn't be trying to keep it in tune."
I actually had that. That was what I was going to say next.
Yeah.
Is it doesn't make sense. Why would he want it to be kept in tune if he didn't want him to touch it?
Yeah, so that's the fun fact.
They changed it.
They changed it because enough fans wrote in saying, "Hey, this needs to be corrected."
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fun little piece of information.
That is fun.
Yeah,
I like that we
around.
have these 2 different books.
Yes, it's very helpful. So I was waiting for this one because it's like a known one that's floating
that you
around.
know, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I'm glad I have an old book so we can really see.
Yeah, we can like actually get a verification on it. So
I hope that thrift stores open back up before
so
we start the 3rd book.
Yeah, hopefully.
Because we don't have Dragon Reborn yet.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Okay, so then Rand gets right into it. He says, "You wanted to go to Ilion to see the great hunt set out. What if I told you that you could be a big part of it?"
Yeah, Loyal's rightfully like worried right now.
Stirs uneasily.
Yeah, he doesn't know Tom. So.
Yeah, and you know what? I trust Tom, but I don't trust how soundproof these walls are.
Yeah, I mean, this is the whole.
This made me so uncomfortable.
I mean, Rand is used to like bursting into places and being like, "I'm Randall Thor from Emmons Field. That's in the 2 rivers."
Yeah.
So he does this pretty often about talking about things he shouldn't.
But he knows that saying, "We have the Horn of Valir."
I got my friend Ogier to carry it in on a chest.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not the smartest move to like talk out loud like this, but you know, he's choosing to do this. So
it's making me super uneasy. This whole thing made me really uneasy and I hated it.
Yeah.
I really didn't like that Rand was doing this. I think that he probably should tell Tom about what's going on in his life because I do think that Tom has a soft spot for him and wants to help him and protect him.
I mean, he told him all about the Baalzamon dreams, so like...
Yeah, that's what I mean. But in this setting with Loyal here, and Loyal doesn't even know that Rand can channel, so I was like, how much is he actually going to go on and tell Tom here about like his life and what's happening?
Well, and that's like the recurring theme with Tom, is Tom definitely doesn't know that Rand can channel.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah.
It's a whole issue.
Yeah, so Tom thinks about the fact that a beardless Ogier, which I guess is a nod to how young an Ogier he is.
Yeah.
Like, I guess Ogiers, when they get really old, have beards.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That is cool.
So a beardless Ogier and a shepherd have the horn, and he thinks that this is hilarious.
It's the best joke ever.
And then Loyal confirms that they do have it. And Tom goes, well...
I can take you to a bunch of people who will sell you the horn.
Definitely
Valir,
not
so,
it.
Yeah.
And Rand says that Moraine says it's real. She told us in Faldara.
Yeah, so that does get his attention.
Yes. And then Rand is just spilling the beans all over the place.
Yep.
And tells him about how they're going back to Faldara. And Rand needs a friend who knows the world because they're being chased by Trollocs and dark friends. And here's everything that's happening in my life. Let me just yell it out in this old rickety inn.
Yeah.
Like, jeez.
It's kind of weird, too. Like, the way Tom goes about talking with Rand, he doesn't buy that Maureen would actually leave him alone if he was the one she was searching for. Like, that never comes across that it's possible that he would be left alone.
Yeah.
So that's really poisoning his thought process and all this stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, well, and then Rand mentions Hurin, because when he goes, I need a friend who knows the world, and I go, what are Hurin and Loyal? Like, chopped liver? Yeah. And then he goes, well, like, they're good enough, they're good enough, but nothing like you, Tom.
Yeah.
And then Tom goes, Hurin? No, don't tell me how. I don't want to know.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like Tom recognizes Hurin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's that about?
It's weird.
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't sure if you
and then he's sort of like, I'll stay out of it.
Yeah. I mean, you could read it the one of two ways. Like, is he recognizing the name Heron, or is he just like, oh, there's another person?
No.
You know what? I don't want to hear your story.
No, because he goes, don't tell me how.
Yeah.
Nah, he knows. Tom knows a lot, I think.
Yeah, Tom does seem to know a lot.
Okay. So Tom is confused. Like, the horn is supposed to go to Ilion, not Shinar. Like, what are you doing? And Rand says that he knows who to give it to there. And the Dark Friends and Trollocs are after them. And then Tom basically says, nope.
Yep.
Gotta stay out of this one.
You know, that's probably a smart move, too. To be like, you know what? It sounds great, but...
But no, it actually sounds terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so Rand asks Loyal to leave them for a bit. And Loyal says he's going to go play the dice game in the common room.
Yeah. Before we keep going, one kind of interesting piece that I wanted to highlight is when Tom is talking about the game of houses. Just the line where he says Tarman Gaiden is going to be like a ploy in the great game for the noble houses. It's like as the world collapses around these people, they're still going to be playing the game.
Yeah.
To think that they can use all this stuff that's happening as a way to get more power.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of like real life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense. So Loyal leaves and Rand wants to talk to Tom about the dragon thing, but just sort of asks him what he knows of the dragon prophecies.
Yes.
And so Tom talks about all the books in the Great Library, and he even knows one of the verses, which is quite interesting.
It is, and we're going to talk about this.
So it goes, twice and twice shall he be marked, twice to live and twice to die, once the heron to set his path, twice the heron to name him true, once the dragon for remembrance lost, twice the dragon for the price he must pay.
Okay.
And I went, oh, this is the first mention of herons being connected with the dragon.
Yeah, and besides the fact that Rand hides the heron from Tom, which is kind of weird because of the amount that he's showing and sharing with Tom.
Yeah.
But he's not sharing this part.
Yeah, I found it all kind of odd. I found it weird that Rand didn't say this part out loud, where he yelled out that he has the horn of Valier.
Yeah, you're going to talk about that, but you're not going to talk about...
And you're just going to let Tom go on thinking that you can't channel.
Yeah.
Tom makes it pretty clear here while they're chatting that, okay, well, you know...
You can't be the one.
You can't be the one. I thought it was you, but I guess not, because the eye said I wouldn't leave you alone.
Yeah.
And so the fact that he doesn't share everything here confuses me.
Yeah.
So,
it is odd, so...
But then Tom reaches out and touches the herons on Rand's coat.
Yeah.
And then
so
Rand
he's
says,
counting them though, and it's not two. It's not twice and twice.
And then Rand goes, well, and the sword makes 5.
Yeah, so it's too many.
And I was like, okay, what? Anyway.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Because he says once the heron to set his path, twice the heron to name him true. And he has one heron on his palm.
Yeah, to set his path.
To set his path. Yeah, perhaps. Yeah. That would make sense.
Yeah.
Do you know what the second heron's gonna, be, or...
Maybe he'll get branded again.
Okay.
When he is named the true dragon.
Oh, okay, to name him true.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe it's yet to come.
Yep.
That's what a prophecy is.
Yeah, that is. Where on his body will he be branded?
His other hand?
His other hand, just like a pair of herons on his palms?
Yeah, right in the middle of his chest.
Could be.
Giant, or on his back.
Across his shoulders, it just says dragon in cursive writing.
Yeah. Jersey tattoo.
Dragon, so yeah.
No, but it's a heron.
Yeah, I know, but he's the dragon.
Oh, it says dragon on his back.
That's a nice little Nick Cannon.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Get Mariah tattooed across my back.
I got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's Tom adding up that there's too many herons on Rand, but that's on his clothes. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not the best logic, but...
Yeah, I guess... Yeah.
Tom just doesn't think it's him, because if it was him, then Moraine or an Aes Sedai would be here.
Yes.
And Rand being adamant that there is not.
I don't know. I think that Tom would be aware that if, the real dragon was out, the Aes Sedai wouldn't gentle him. I think that Tom should be aware of that.
Maybe, but there's a lot of confusion to what the dragon is supposed to do.
Yeah, that's true. But Tom says that there is more.
Yes.
So this part's really interesting to me, especially from our conversation last time.
Okay.
And so Tom says, twice dawns the day when his blood is shed, once for mourning, once for birth. Red on black, the dragon's blood stains the rock of Shale Ghul. In the pit of doom shall his blood free men from the shadow.
Okay.
And I said, okay, this is important.
That's pretty heavy.
Because of Min's vision.
Yeah.
Remember how I went back and read Min's vision?
I do remember that.
And there was something about red blood on a black rock.
Yes, there was that.
For Rand.
Okay.
And so the things that she's seeing sounds like he's going to be fulfilling the things that are in this dragon prophecy.
Ooh, okay.
And then the dragon's blood stains the rock, and his blood shall free men of from the shadow, and she also saw him with a really bloody hand.
Yes.
So,
yeah.
I mean...
It's hard to figure out what is what right now.
Yeah, it is.
But it seems pretty bad.
Yeah.
And it really just brings a question
of... Or good, though, because if he's going to free men from the shadow, that sounds positive.
But it also seems like if your blood will free men from the shadow, it doesn't sound like it has a happy ending for Rand.
Well, if it's only his, bloody hand...
Yeah, just like a pinprick of a finger and some blood. Drip it on the rock. Mm-hmm. You know, okay.
Well, I'm going to make you take a shot right now.
Because of Harry Potter?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't know what you're going to reference.
Well, I'm going to reference Dumbledore cutting his hand to get to the Locket Horcrux.
Oh, yeah.
Because there was a protective sort of spell in getting into the cave.
Okay.
And in order to get in there, you have to weaken yourself.
Oh, okay,
So you had to use your own blood to get in.
But it doesn't say how weak you have to get.
Yeah.
So it's like just, okay.
Yeah.
But,
so,
yeah.
not Voldemort, Dumbledore cuts his palm open, which is the worst place to get blood from, because that's going to take forever to heal.
Also, do you know how many, tendons and nerves are in your hands that are important to do stuff with your hands?
I know.
Like, anywhere else, man.
I know.
Top of the forearm or something.
Yeah. But anyway.
Or, I don't know, but not your hand.
Yeah, so that was bad. Anyway, So that's what I thought about. And then also, to piggyback on this, is also Peter Pettigrew.
Okay.
Has to give a piece of himself so that Voldemort can have a body.
And that was a finger or something?
Cuts off his hand. His whole hand.
Oh, jeez, okay.
His whole hand.
Whole hand, gone.
Yeah, he did cut off his finger, but that was for something different.
Did he cut off the same hand that the finger came from?
I have no idea.
Because then you have, no hand and then one less finger on the other?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. But anyways, all this talk about cutting off hands makes you thirsty for a shot.
It certainly does.
Okay.
Yeah, so here I have the destroyed Bahamas shot glass.
Yeah.
That must have got put through the dishwasher.
And you can know that I didn't do that.
Yeah. No, that was probably my fault.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cheers.
Here's the Bahamas.
Is there any more you want to talk about the prophecy thing?
No, we get a little bit of a reiteration about the whole Stone of Tyr won't fall till Kalendor is wielded by the Dragon Reborn.
Yeah, but then how can any of this make sense? How can a day dawn twice?
Yeah.
And all that stuff. It's all confusing.
You know what we need is we need Varian to come in here and make some sense of this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of funny too, because Rand's entire line of questioning about the prophecies of the dragon, it kind of is reminiscent of Moraine. Digging and asking these seemingly random questions to
Except
get more
they're literally
information.
the exact same questions that Rand's asking.
They are, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Tom says something about an Aes Sedai, and Rand says, no, they aren't using me for anything. There are no Aes Sedai with me now. And Tom goes, well, then why ask me about the dragon?
Yeah.
And Rand goes, well, I'm just curious because of all the false dragons now. And now that the horn has been found... The last battle's coming, so are there any mentions of the horn being connected to the dragon?
Yeah.
Same question.
Same.
And Rand tells Tom that the heroes will come for whoever blows the horn, even if it's for bad guys.
Yeah, this is neat because Tom clearly has never heard this before.
That's news to Tom.
Yeah. And that's something that Rand found out from Swan in Chapter 9, Leave Takings, when she said that, hey, you guys got to find the horn because... Whoever blows it, they're going to be bound to the horn, not to the light. So, yeah.
Makes sense. Okay. So Rand says that he is not letting the White Tower use him as a false dragon, and he wants nothing to do with the power. And then Tom says that no man chooses to use the power, and for a while he thought that Rand could channel, but that's what Moraine wanted with him. So if it's not what she wanted, then she let him go and he's free, so that can't be it. And Tom seems confused by the whole thing.
Yeah, this is this whole back and forth, and Tom doesn't think Rand's the actual one, so...
But then Rand's saying the White Tower can't use me as a false dragon and I want nothing to do with the power. Like, that sounds like somebody who can channel.
Yeah.
And who ran away from the Aes Sedai.
Yeah, it's not a good situation, so maybe Tom's just not, like, saying everything he's thinking.
Yeah, but then even after, when we get a little bit of Tom perspective...
Yeah, it's hard to say.
I don't know. It's okay. It's all happening really quickly, maybe. But Rand, at this point, then asks about his nephew, Owen. And so then we get the story of Owen, like the real, here's actually what happened.
Yeah.
So, yep, Owen could channel, and he held it off for almost 3 years.
Yeah, so we kind of get like a time frame here.
Yeah, and then the people where he lived said that he was acting strange for about a year before the Aes Sedai came.
Yeah, so like 2-3 years-ish.
Yeah, and he said that Owen didn't channel unless he could help it, or unless he was, like, saving the village or something.
Yeah.
So that sounds like an interesting story. What did he have to save the village from with the power?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting story.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And I bet someone was then like, hey,
Found
White
out.
Tower,
yeah.
there's a male channeler here.
Yeah, yeah.
So that whole thing about, like, acting strange for a year, that sort of made my high alert about Rand acting strange.
Okay, and this is that point.
Be a little acting strange.
Okay.
And then that's when Tom says it's clear that he was going mad, so this had to happen. I'm just sad I wasn't there for him.
Yeah, and it sounds like they gentled him, he died, and...
Well, he killed
himself. Yeah, so just a bad situation altogether.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And then Rand was hoping that there'd be, like, some way out of it, but then he calls himself a fool and thinks that he is going to go mad and die no matter what.
Unless you join the dark side.
Yeah, come to the dark side, Luke.
Yes.
Yep.
We can save you.
Yeah, because then he thinks, but Beelzemon said, ... and then he goes, no.
So do you think there's any chance that his thought process is going to go from, like, oh, Beelzemon said he can save me, no, to, like, Beelzemon said he can save me,
I'll just hear what he has to say.
Yeah, I'll hear him out. It's like...
Probably.
Yeah.
It makes... Yeah.
Yeah.
If he actually is this concerned and there's another way out.
It's like going to to a free vacation from a timeshare and you're like, I'm just going to go to the meeting and then that's it. I'm just doing it for the free vacation. That's all.
Yeah.
And then you kind of get sucked into it a little bit more.
Except a little bit more intense because this is like the entire world is riding
timeshares are pretty intense.
So Rand tries again to get Tom to come with them, and Tom just says no, he's not going to get mixed up with that stuff and the Aes Sedai again.
Yes. ... Yeah, well, we know that happened, so...
Well, he got mixed up... No, he got mixed up with the Queen.
Yeah,
what Aes Sedai stuff did he get mixed up?
Well, because, like, he told Elida off, basically, because when he came back and then Morghese put a hit out for him.
Right,
and Gareth Bryn was going to, like, come and capture him.
Stuff.
Yeah,
okay.
so...
All right. So, Tom gives Rand his other crappier flute that he's been using and says that Rand might need this again to earn his supper.
Yeah, not the gold one, unfortunately.
Yeah,
so.
And then Rand goes to tell Tom where he's staying, but Tom shuts him down and says a clean break is best. It'll be hard for him to say no if Rand keeps coming around and talking about it, and he won't get tangled up in that stuff.
Yeah, so that's harsh. That's like...
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah, but he needs to do it. Like, he's wise.
It's a harsh breakup.
Yeah. But Rand leaves, and we get a scene change to Tom thinking to himself after Rand has left.
Yeah, this is interesting.
Yeah. So he's trying not to think about what a great story that would end up being. And he is startled by the innkeeper showing up at his door. And her name is Zara.
Yep.
And her and Tom have known each other on and off for a really long time. And she says that it looks like he is playing the game of houses again.
Uh-oh.
With a lord from Andor. And then Tom says, that boy's a shepherd from the Two Rivers. And she says, right, and I'm the Queen of Gildan.
She's probably not the Queen of Gildan.
No.
So
she warns him that the game has grown dangerous over the last couple of years. Nothing like it was in Camelin.
Can I do it?
Yeah.
There has been a murder.
Yeah, murders are
Murders
going
in
down
Savannah.
now. And he says, I'm not in the game any longer. That's 20 years in the past. And I went, ooh, so the Queen scandal...
Yeah.
was part of this game of houses.
Yeah, seems that way.
Yeah,
Maybe a little bit.
He got caught up in it, and it sounds like it was part of some plot for power.
So there's more story behind the whole...
Just the
Tom Morgase, Owen...
fell in love.
Yeah, Elida
it
shenanigans.
It really sounds like there's more to that.
Yeah.
So she says, well, you've started performing at like the Lord's houses, and they will pull you into the game if you don't watch out. And he kicks her out, saying that he performed at some lady's house tonight, and he needs to prepare.
Lady Erilyn.
Yep. And then Tom thinks again about Rand, and if he could channel, then Moiraine would have never let him walk away ungentled. And he thinks that Rand is out of it, and so am I.
Yeah, he's just trying to like separate himself from it. So, yeah, prediction time. Do you think that he's going to separate himself from it?
No.
He's going to get sucked back in somehow.
Yeah, Tom's going with him.
Tom's going with Rand to...
Wherever
they go?
Yeah.
Do you still think... Are they going back to Faldara?
I have no idea where they're going.
Okay.
But Tom's going.
Tom's going which way?
Yeah, because every single person who's ever told Rand that they're not going, or Rand has told you can't come, has ended up going.
Okay, all right.
And I think that it's only Nynaeve and Loyal. I think those are the only two. But, yeah.
Okay. Well, that's exciting then. Tom's coming along.
Yep.
So.
All right, chapter 27.
Yeah, let's get into this one. The Shadow in the Night.
Yeah, and there's a Trolloc picture.
Ooh. Now, did you get spooked out when you saw the Trolloc symbol?
No, I forgot to look and I just kept reading.
Oh, no.
I know.
That's terrible.
It's one of those things that I glance at and then forget all about. There are some times where I think to myself, don't forget about this, don't forget about this. And then all I think about the whole time is the picture.
Yeah.
And then that's bad.
Well, I do remember you saying, like, where the hell did the Trollocs come from?
Yeah.
So...
I didn't say that out loud.
Oh.
No, I don't think I did I?
It was something to that effect. Yeah.
I don't know.
You're like, I gotta reread this. Where did the Trollocs come from? Yeah. Something like that. So, yeah.
Okay, well... In any case, we're back to Rand's perspective, and him and Loyal are just leaving the inn, and Loyal is all confused because he should have won the dice game, but the innkeeper came over and beat him, clearly by cheating.
No, not the innkeeper, Dina.
Oh, Dina came in.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Zira is the innkeeper, and Dina
came in. Okay. Yeah. Either way... Cheating is unfathomable.
Hilarious.
To Loyal.
Because she totally did.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, like not even a question.
Like, do you think she could have?
No, say it isn't so.
Yeah. Everyone was grinning like she was up to something.
And says she like taught him a lesson.
Yeah.
Which is funny because we already know that Loyal is like really good at math and dice games.
Yeah.
That's why the Shienarans wouldn't let him play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. Okay. So anyways, Rand is too caught up in his own thoughts to care about Loyal being cheated in a dice game.
Yeah.
And he was so pumped before, but now he's quite deflated.
Yeah.
And he thinks, okay, well, I guess Tom can't just drop everything to go with me. And then this is my prediction. I bet Tom will go with him.
Okay, yep.
So Rand notes that they were kind of far from the rest of the hubbub in the foregate.
Yeah.
A couple streets away or whatever. And everything has sort of died down a little bit, or where they are anyway, except for this one Trolloc puppet being controlled by 5 guys.
Yeah, so explicitly it says the street was empty except for the one Trolloc puppet with the 5 people.
But he's way too much in his head to pay any attention to that.
So I have a question. Do you remember how he first described when he first saw the puppets?
Yeah, they don't look like Trollocs at all.
Yeah, they don't look like Trollocs. Like the person who made the Trolloc puppet had never seen a Trolloc before.
Yeah.
And here it's like, oh, it's a Trolloc with a sword at his hip.
Yeah.
It's like, la-da-da-da-da. Yeah, not paying attention.
No, he is not paying attention to his surroundings.
Yeah.
And Rand is thinking about how they have to just go get the horn and go, because who knows when Ingtar will show up, and he's feeling all negative and annoyed.
Yeah. He's brooding.
Yes. And Loyal goes, Rand? I don't think that's a puppet. and then the guys drop their poles, and the Trolloc, like, starts for them.
Yeah, he, like, lunges for Rand to try and, like, I don't know, kill him.
Yeah,
so.
And then, without thinking, Rand grabs his sword and slashes through some land sword formation.
It's the moon rises over the lakes, obviously.
Of course, that's what it is.
So here's a question. How does the moon rise over the lakes?
Well, it's in a flash, arc. An arcing flash.
In an arcing flash. Yeah. Well, it makes sense, right?
I like how you did the move.
Yeah. No one else can see it.
I know.
That's for you only. So.
And so Rand just like kills the Trolloc before he can even think about anything. But then all of a sudden there's another one behind him, like grabbing him from behind.
Yeah, first it's kind of funny because Rand kills the Trolloc like in one sweeping motion, and then the 5 dudes with the poles run away. Yeah, they're like,
scatter! Yeah.
Like clearly this plan did not go how they thought it was. They thought the Trolloc was going to get him, and then the other one was going to come and get like Loyal or something.
Yeah.
Like they didn't really have a plan.
Yeah, I didn't know how one snuck up on them from behind. That was a mystery. But
there's a lot of like alleys and streets, right?
I guess so. Anyway, so Loyal goes hero mode.
Yeah, this is cool.
On this one, and grabs the Trolloc's wrist and wrestles with it until it releases Rand. And then Rand is trying to figure out what he can do, but the Trolloc and Loyal are moving around too much, and Loyal might get hurt.
Seeing if he can like stab him somewhere. But...
Yeah, but the only thing to do is to use the power on purpose.
And I know you're like, oh my god, do it.
Yeah, well,
zap him with the power.
Well, I was like, how's he gonna do that without hurting Loyal?
Giant fireball to the face.
Just to the Trolloc, though.
Totally.
Yeah, it confused me a bit, but I was like, okay, let's see how he does this. So he reaches for the void, and then for the light, but gets no power.
Nothing.
The lights are on, but nobody's home.
Uh-oh.
No light flowing through him, only gross taint.
And that's probably not a good thing.
And he can't reach the power, so this is trouble. But then Loyal throws the Trolloc down, and it smashes its head and dies. And Loyal's all like, I never killed anything before, and I don't like it.
Yeah.
And Rand's like, it's a Trolloc.
You have to.
Yeah.
So here's a question.
Yeah.
The Way of the Leaf.
Yeah.
The Tinker's philosophy.
Yeah, no violence, even if they do violence to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't always hold up. Like, you can't... So this is the big controversy in the Wheel of Time.
The whole controversy is the whole thing about the Way of the Leaf. And we had this conversation at the time. It's just that if you're not going to fight back, you're just going to die.
And is that's the better thing to do? And the reason I kind of bring this up is because clearly Loyal's like distraught and is not happy about killing you, even though it is a Trolloc.
And even though he saved himself and Rand.
Yeah, and it's like, that was the right thing to do, but it's hard because what's the right answer? So
yeah, kill the Trolloc is the right answer.
Yeah, okay, kill the Trolloc.
Yes.
Yeah, but good on Loyal. So Loyal can manhandle a Trolloc.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Yep. Well, he's bigger than it.
He obviously, is, but still, we don't really know how good Loyal is at things. We know he can run.
Well, I don't think he was very good at this.
He's just bigger?
He's just bigger and managed to wrestle it down.
Okay.
Basically.
And then, toss it.
I don't think the Trollocs are very good at, hand-to-hand combat. Because it was, this kind of thing where the Trolloc was reaching for the sword, but his wrong hand was free.
Yeah,
So, I don't know if Trollocs can,
they're
wrestle,
not the best. They're just big scary murder monsters. They're not the best fighters.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Yeah. So the sun is setting here, and Loyal can see that there is another Trolloc coming for them. And at this point, I just actually have a note about what a long day this has been.
Yeah.
They rode from the town, the village, to Cairhien.
Yep.
They found and got set up in the inn.
They did.
Then Rand left.
And then came back.
Found Tom, came back, and then they went out again.
Yeah, and now it's nighttime.
And they've had this whole thing with... And just no one eats?
It happens when so many exciting things happen.
That's a long day.
You can kind of forget to eat lunch sometimes.
Well, I thought that riding from the inn to Cairhien was going to be a day.
Oh, okay.
When they got to the inn, I thought when the innkeeper handed Rand the 3 parchments, I thought it was going to be here's dinner time.
Yeah, no, that was this morning.
Yeah, in the morning. I didn't get that was such a short journey.
Okay.
I didn't get that. And so this whole thing, I was thrown off. Every time it was still the same day.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway, so now the sun is finally setting on this very long day.
Yeah, I don't know if Rand's worried about eating right now, though.
I know.
So, yeah,
anyway,
maybe.
Whatever.
Yeah.
So, Loyal can see there's another Trolloc coming for them, clearly trying to stay hidden from other people because they're also like disguising
Doing the puppet
thing.
Yeah.
So Rand and Loyal come up with a plan to sneak back to where all the people are. Because if they're with the people, then they're going to be safe.
Yeah.
Because these Trollocs don't want to be seen.
It's not a terrible plan. So.
No, it's better than what they do. So
well, it doesn't work, though.
It doesn't
That's the thing.
work.
So
every time they turn to where like the laughter and noise is coming from, they get rerouted by another Trolloc. And at this point, I think, why doesn't Rand just fight? Why doesn't he fight the Trollocs? They're like coming at him like one at a time, basically. I feel like when they were escaping with the horn, he went like beast mode and just went slash, slash, slash and just killed like 4 Trollocs at once. This seems like if there's one in your way, you need to go west.
Yeah.
And there's one stand, like just kill it and run.
So here's the thing. Right now, Rand's fighting ability seems very reactionary. Every time
this isn't reactionary. Like the fact
no,
that
it's not. But this is the thing.
No,
is
that's what I'm saying. It is.
No, it's not though, because every time he kills a Trolloc, it's because he's like gonna be murdered right now, and for him to go and approach a Trolloc and fight it is very different than like it surprising him and him whipping out his sword and slashing it to death.
Yeah, I still think that he should try to be killing it.
I agree with you, but like that's not Rand's fighting style right now. It's all run.
I think that
then...
this is stupid. I think he should be fighting and not flighting.
Just get Loyal to go and like toss another one aside.
I know.
So
it doesn't seem like there are very many, and it seems like they're trying to be really sneaky. Like these Trollocs are like trying to be kind of sneaky.
But you're also might
and
be
they're
overestimating
like,
Rand.
No, there's one. And they like turn and go the other way.
Yeah.
It's like, no.
No, I get that. But also like you might be overestimating Rand's self-confidence here. Rand isn't that confident of a person.
I know. It just annoyed me because like,
he can barely handle Celine taking her shirt off.
Well, that's different.
Like
that's
heroically
different.
killing Trollocs
because she smells so good.
That's true. She does smell pretty good. So okay, you got me there. Okay, so they're gonna run away.
Yeah. So they're gonna run away and get themselves in a terrible situation. They're on the very eastern edge of the Foregate, and there's nowhere else to go.
Yes.
So at this point, when it's like, oh my god, what are we gonna do? You think he'd like kick in to kill the Trolloc mode? Nope. So Rand spies a big manor up on a hill behind some tall walls, and thinks that maybe those people will let him in and help him.
Yeah.
No.
You don't like this plan either?
This is bad.
Okay.
So Loyal says that that's an Illuminator's house.
You mean Illuminati's?
And that's a bad idea. Yes, they keep their secrets close.
Yes.
And then, bam, fucking Celine is conveniently right there with no explanation. What trouble have you got yourself into now?
Well, what do you mean no explanation? Like she turns the corner, right? She's like there.
I thought it was just like Rand turns around and she's there.
It might be that too, but
I was like, I had
presumably
to,
she turned some corners.
I had to take a minute and put the book down and be like, fuck, no.
Okay.
Get out of here. What are you? Go away. I was so annoyed. I was like, I thought I was done with you. Get out of here. I really didn't expect her to be back.
Yeah, not done with her. But she's here now.
Yeah. To be fair, though, my prediction about her never going to Cairhien is still right. She's not in the city of Cairhien.
Well, she's at the border, like
but she's not in there. She had no plans of ever going into the city.
Okay.
That was my prediction.
Yeah.
I still want to be right. I was like, well, no way, no how, she's never going there. And then she shows up here.
In your defense, it's not like they've gone to her manor or like her noble house.
Yes.
She's physically here for now.
Yeah.
For a very short window of time. But
yes.
Yeah.
And then Rand is all like, what the fuck?
What are you doing here?
You? How? Why? How? And then there's Trollocs after us. And she's like, yeah, I saw. So she's been watching them.
Yeah.
Because
she saw the Trollocs.
She saw that there's Trollocs after them. And she says, I came to find you, and find you letting Trollocs herd you like sheep. How can the man who possesses the Horn of Valir let himself be treated so?
You know, she has a point.
He doesn't get it. Or even really hear her.
Yeah.
And he just knows that they are being pursued by Trollocs and Dark Friends very closely, and they have to get away.
Yeah. I mean, it is an interesting point, because he's like, I don't have it with me. Like, I don't have the horn here. And then also, they're not like the dead heroes aren't supposed to come back and save me from Trollocs.
Yeah.
So hypothetical question.
That's not what she meant. That's why I said Rand doesn't get it.
Yeah.
Because she just means the man who possesses the horn should hold himself better than you're holding yourself.
To a higher standard of being cornered. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, run into a field by Trollocs.
Should do better.
Okay.
The type of man who has the Horn of Valir should do better than you're doing right now.
So, hypothetical question. If Rand had the horn and he blew the horn of Valir...
That's not what she meant.
Would the heroes come and save him and, carry him off?
No, and that's not even what she meant.
Okay.
That's why I said Rand doesn't get it.
Yeah.
Because he's like...
That's my question to you, though. I'm asking you that question.
No.
They would say, no, man.
Well, I don't know. Because I don't even know how the horn works. So
Yeah.
I actually have no idea.
Okay.
Because, where do they pop up? Out of the horn like a genie lamp?
Exactly.
They're
I think you're onto something.
Smoke.
Do you get a little musical number too?
Yeah. Friend Like Me?
Yeah. There you go.
No. I don't know.
I'm just saying, I hope Will Smith has a cameo in this show. No? Just me? Okay.
Yeah, just you.
All right.
Okay. Anyway, so Rand says they need to sneak into the walls of the manor if these people aren't going to let him in. And Loyal goes, Rand. And then Rand goes, not now, Loyal. And he starts to find a way in. So Selene tells him that he's letting himself get flustered and he better seek the oneness and be calm. One who could be great must always be calm.
And again, that's not terrible advice.
And he says, I don't want greatness. And she gives an irritated grunt.
I don't know. I'm kind of on Team Selene here. He's being very frantic.
Yes, he is being frantic. But...
we got to get out of here.
I know. It's bad. And everyone's just like, okay, and goes along with him. So they climb up this hill to a wall that's surrounding this manor. And then Loyal says the Trollocs are running after them.
This is my favorite part, by the way.
But he clearly doesn't think going in there is a good idea. And Selene tells Loyal to shush. And if Rand wants to go in there, then he can. And he can use that door.
Which is conveniently unlocked.
Right here.
No, but this is actually kind of suspicious because it's a door.
Kind of
and
suspicious.
There's a place for the bar to go on the other side of the door.
Bar.
There's no bar, and it's just open. So...
yes. So they go inside.
Yep.
And find themselves in an alleyway leading up to a bunch of buildings on a hill.
Yep.
So I had to reread this chapter.
Okay.
Because I maybe was too tired the first time I read it.
Yeah.
Before bed. Or I don't know. Or maybe I just did skim reading and I missed too many little details. But all of this was so confusing.
Yeah.
And even, trying to picture this scene...
okay.
...was very difficult for me.
Okay.
I could not picture what this setting looked like at all. Even the second time I read it through and I paid really close attention.
I can give a quick summary for anyone else who's confused because, this is my general rule. If you're confused, there's probably someone else out there who is also confused.
Probably. Because
so
just thought... running Trollocs? Where? What?
Yeah. So they're in the Foregate, which is the outskirts. Okay. Foregate's the outskirts of the city.
Yeah.
It's that party town. They got pushed to the eastern edge of the Foregate. And then there's field. And they crossed about a mile of field to the manor that is the Illuminator's chapter house. So the chapter house is outside the city limits.
Yes.
So they had to cross and then go through the wall, which had a convenient door placed there. And there's some buildings inside the manor house. So that's where they are
buildings
right now.
In a manor house.
Yeah, think of it it's like a walled area with buildings inside and streets and all that.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
That's fine. So Rand says it's better to be arrested by the Illuminators than killed by Trollocs.
And
Loyal
again,
is
he's not wrong.
Well, that's what I've been trying to say. The Illuminators kill intruders. They keep their secrets hard and fast.
Yeah.
And then Rand hesitates and tells Selene that he's sorry for getting her into this. And I think, Selene, what about Loyal?
Yeah.
You literally dragged Loyal out with you, and you got Loyal into this, but no apology for getting Loyal into this?
Well, Celine smells better than Loyal, probably. So
And Celine seems less than concerned.
she does like the danger side of it, though.
Apparently.
Yeah.
She says the danger adds a certain something. And then she just, like, strolls into the place, down the little alleyway.
Yeah.
You know, and it's all dark and nighttime now. And they reach this area where there's the buildings and stuff. And they can hear people and a woman asking if everything is all set, all in readiness. And then a man says, yes, it's all ready. The display could be given at this moment. And she says, okay. And all the gates and doors are barred.
Yeah.
And I went, ooh, not all of them.
Well, this is this Tammuz's fault. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Aludra is not happy with Tammuz.
Yeah.
So
I'm going to say that it's not his fault.
You're right.
But there is some funny business going on.
Okay.
And it's Celine. Celine's the funny business.
Yeah.
So as the people walk away, Ran notices this area with tall, wide tubes that are laid out everywhere on the ground, like facing up, and each with a fuse leading away on the ground to behind a building. And I think, ooh, these are the fireworks.
Yeah, yeah. And lots of them.
Yeah.
Way more than Rand has ever seen.
Several dozen.
Yeah.
So they creep along, trying to avoid these wooden racks with all kinds of stuff on them.
Loyal does a hilariously bad job of not bumping into things.
And yeah,
just
Loyal
imagine,
and Rand both keep knocking into them. But Celine just like walks without a care in the world, not touching any of them. And Rand had given her his cloak so that her white dress couldn't easily be seen in the moonlight. But she just like strides around with it flailing wide open.
Sparkly white dress everywhere.
Yeah. And so as they reach a wall, Loyal knocks one of these wooden racks over with some soft-looking sticks that are smoldering.
Yeah.
And I just said, "Okay, weird. This seems unsafe. To have smoldering thingers right by the fuse line seems unsafe. Like, why are these already pre-lit? Like, this sounds bad. It doesn't make any sense to me."
This is like why the Illuminators are pretty secretive, because they don't take good care of their stuff.
Is it?
So they don't want intruders inside.
Right.
A big Ogier bumping into stuff with his butt.
Yeah. It just seems so stupid.
Oh, it's pretty hilarious, though, because like as soon as he knocks it down, Rand tackles Celine. Yeah. This is great. He tackles her to the ground.
Okay, so first, though, one of these smoldering sticks lands on a fuse and lights the fireworks, and then Rand thinks it's going to explode.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he dives down, shoves Celine down to the ground, covering her with his body, which is, like, pretty chivalrous.
It is. It's hilarious.
And her reaction's funny.
Yeah.
Because when nothing happens, she punches him in the... Well, actually, she fists him in the ribs. She fists him.
Do you want me to demonstrate that?
Yeah, she fists him.
Like that.
There was also a case in the beginning of this chapter where he's fingering his flute case.
That's true, yeah.
So there's like a lot of fingering and fisting going on.
There's a lot. Probably too much, so... Yeah.
I can usually ignore it.
Yeah.
And just like bypass it.
As long as there's no ejaculation.
Yeah. He ejaculated.
Yeah.
Gosh, the writing.
Yeah.
Okay, so she punches him in the ribs really hard and then says a swear in another language.
Yeah.
Which Rand doesn't pick up on because he's wondering why this thing didn't explode.
Yeah. What's that language?
Really old Forsaken language.
Ooh. The language of like Mordor. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shealgul.
Yeah, there you go.
I don't know.
Is there like a Shealgul
I don't know. I don't know where the Forsaken live. Don't ask me. I'm not the Forsaken expert.
Okay. Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
So then, basically to answer his question, a crash like thunder from above, a firework.
Yep.
Singular, which sounds kind of funny. A huge flower of red and white light in the sky drifting into sparkles.
Yeah.
Sounds
that
good.
was the one that it was.
Sounds nice.
It was good.
So the night erupts with people shouting and women filling the windows of the big house, and people are running out of the building, and Rand and Loyal and Celine press their backs to the wall And Rand says to try to be very still and they won't be seen. And Celine, who's not worried at all, says that if you're very still, sometimes no one can see you at all.
Okay.
And I said, okay, weirdo.
Go. What does this mean? That's like a super weird thing to say.
It's a weird thing to say. She's weird.
Yeah.
She's a weirdo.
Okay.
She's got a lot of things that she's being very secretive about. And
I thought you were going to tie it to like the whole, like we know Moraine has her invisibility trick.
Yeah.
When they went to the Blight and she like creates that little invisibility dome.
That's a ward though. That's different than what she does, I think.
Okay. Well, that's what I'm saying because Rand and the boys
I think Celine has
see.
I think Celine has a lot of weirdo random tricks
Okay.
up her sleeve.
So is it like something similar to like what Moraine did, or is it like a non-Aes Sedai type thing?
This
or
is
it
not Aes Sedai. She's not Aes Sedai.
Okay.
So no.
Yeah.
But like
you're just very back and forth on the whole what.
She's definitely she has the power.
That's what I'm saying. It's like you're very back and forth on what Celine is.
I can't call it Aes Sedai because she's not. It's the power. But no. I think she's just weird.
Gotcha.
So the woman from before is there now yelling at the man.
That's Aludra.
And Talmuz. And telling him that he's the worst. And he's like, no way, this isn't my fault.
It's not my fault, man. I didn't do it.
Yeah, and she's like, I can't trust you with anything, not even the manure.
You have to, no, that's what you have to go and buy tomorrow.
Yeah. And so the guy goes and puts all the smoldering sticks back on the rack and then leaves again.
Yeah.
Without seeing them.
Yeah.
This is bad.
You don't think this is a good idea?
No.
Okay.
I don't even know why these things exist. It seems so stupid.
There's no, like, safety protocol.
There's literally none. So then Loyal sees that there are Trollocs entering the alley from where they came in. And Celine says, now greatness must be thrust upon you, basically, whether you want it or not. And what will you do? Face the people or face the Trollocs? And then she says, your greatness will make me happy.
Yeah.
And perhaps I should leave you for a time. If you'll not take greatness when it's in your grasp, perhaps you deserve to die.
That's pretty severe.
Whoa, bitch.
Yeah, okay.
So Rand just refuses to look at her and then tells Loyal to take her and find another doorway down the alley, out the wall. And he thinks that he can probably take on the 3 Trollocs, maybe with the Void, and he watches them go. And Celine is walking with her white dress shining in the moon, half covered by his cloak.
Yeah.
And now that's an important piece of writing.
It is.
Important detail because of later. And so Rand thinks that there has to be another way. Not the Void, not the power, and without thinking, he runs and grabs a smoldering stick and hurls himself at the nearest tube, and it tilts, and he catches the base so the tube is pointed at the Trollocs.
Yeah.
He literally is going to light a fuse and shoot a cannon of fireworks at the Trollocs.
Which is like a pretty good idea. I mean, all things considered, this is super effective.
Yeah, except he's like right there, and it goes off, and the base knocks him backwards, and the roar breaks the night,
and he blows a hole in the wall.
Yeah. And it lights a building on fire.
So can we do like a cannonball is super effective.
Yeah. Yes. So the Trollocs now are nowhere to be seen because he blew them up.
Yeah.
And the building is all on fire, and he's got a ringing in his ears, but he can hear the shouts of the people. And so he just like takes off into the alley, and on the way, he trips over his cloak on the ground and picks it up.
Which Celine has clearly ditched because...
And she's disappeared.
She gone.
Disapparated.
Hey, no. She gone.
She's disapparated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's Harry Potter.
Yeah, it is, I know.
I didn't want to say it.
This is more fun when I don't take a shot, but I had to say it because that's actually sort of what I think has happened here. She's just sort of disappeared into the night. She's disapparated.
Okay, so this is like a legitimate, you think she has...
Power
and she zapped herself out of here.
Oh, yes.
Okay, she didn't just like turn the couple corners and
she's hiding in
her sparkly white dress. I don't know. I don't know what to expect here, so...
No, I think that she's like gone because in 15 minutes she shows up at the inn in the middle of
Well,
Tyrion.
she doesn't show up. A servant with a letter from her shows up.
Uh-huh. Sure.
What are you saying? Okay, let me take this shot so we can get to that point. Okay. Yeah.
Okay,
so
cheers.
Here's to the Bahamas one more time.
Okay, cheers. How's that for you?
Yeah, that was fine.
Okay.
Okay, so Celine disapparates, zaps herself away.
Yeah. He picks his cloak up, and then he finds Loyal beside an open door, alone.
Yep.
And Loyal goes, Celine went back, and there was nothing I could do to stop her. She slipped through my hands.
Yeah. Yep.
There you go.
Okay.
So, either she separated, or she went and just, like, hid, waited for Rand and Loyal to leave.
And, like, is
and
she
then,
hiding
like,
behind some corner?
And then, like, snuck out and
Okay.
went the other way. But I just think it's all powery.
Okay.
Because Loyal says that Rand cannot go help her and they have to leave. So Rand thinks about Celine being back in there and being caught by the Illuminators and how he has to help her. But they have to head through the foregate, and eventually they make it back to their inn, the Defender of the Dragon Wall. And when he enters, the innkeeper has a parchment for him. So now, how big is the whole foregate and getting back into the city and getting back to their inn? Like, how long would that walk take?
Probably, I don't expect it would take that long because the Illuminators chapter house was only about a mile out of the fort gate. They had went from the Jengai Pass to the eastern edge, and the Defender of the Dragon Wall
Not
could
the
have been...
Jengai Pass, the Jengai Gate.
Jengai Gate, sorry, yeah. Like, that was the gate where, close to Tom, that's where he was
And the only
staying.
reason I know,
Yeah.
what you just said, is because I studied the map.
There's a Jengai
There's
Pass.
a Jengai Pass.
Yeah.
Because I was trying to figure out where the heck these guys were this chapter.
Yeah.
And I was hoping that there'd be some sort of reference to it. And I even actually thought to myself today, remember in Eye of the World when...
Mini-maps.
They'd get to a new place and it'd be a zoomed-in version?
Yeah.
We don't get that in this book.
Yeah.
And I'm missing it.
Yeah. So,
But-
like, the Jengai Gate is on the eastern edge, and they were pushed
because
further
the Jengai
east.
Pass is
So-
through the spine of the world.
So it's probably pretty close, like, less than, I'd say probably like half an hour of walking, maybe,
Yeah.
most. So,
well,
like, not
to
super...
walk a mile is probably 15 to 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And then through, and then get to the...
But they're probably, like, speed walking.
Maybe.
I certainly would
a little
speed
bit
walk,
of a
so-
run, yeah.
Yeah. Like, your hips are moving, so...
Okay. Well, that just makes sense to me because I know there's something fishy up.
Yeah.
Because when they get in, the innkeeper has a parchment for Rand.
Yes.
And it has a white seal with Celine's crescent moon and stars.
That's for her house. That's totally a Kyrianan house.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he asks who left this, and the innkeeper says, an old lady, not 15 minutes ago.
Yeah.
And it's some servant, but she wouldn't say from which house.
Okay.
And Rand takes it to go upstairs, and the innkeeper watches him with a thoughtful look.
Yeah. So you kind of implied that this old woman was Celine?
Yeah.
Is
Remember
that what
how
I'm getting?
I had in my head that this could probably be like Moraine? Like the first time I met her, I was like, this is somehow Moraine
Yeah,
in
like
disguise.
changing her appearance.
Yes.
So then she's changing her appearance from
Or-
Celine to an old
Or
lady?
she wrote it and then was like, hey, old lady, go give this to the innkeeper. And don't say anything. And here's $80. I don't know.
80 gold
80 gold.
coins.
80 golds.
Yeah,
I don't know.
there you go.
She paid an old lady to do it. It doesn't matter because this was clearly written after this event.
Yes, okay.
And
It does seem that way.
It seems a little bit
Yeah. Maybe
to have
she like...
beaten Rand.
So here's an alternate theory. Celine
She
ducks
also
out.
disappeared from the inn
Yeah.
in the little town.
She did do that.
And they didn't see her leave, even
Yeah.
though it was under watch.
So, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say maybe she like ducked out ahead and then like ran back.
Oh my god, no. So
No, you don't buy that?
Stupid.
Okay.
No.
She's not a runner.
No. So Rand takes this note upstairs, and Hurin is like, "Oh, hey guys, how's the Gleeman? You
Yeah.
were gone long." And Rand's like, "What? Oh yeah, he's fine."
Yeah.
And then I was just like, "Phew," because if there are Dark Friends and Trollocs in the foregate, and they found out where Rand was staying, and
Well, that was their whole thing is we got to get back to Hurin because there's Trollocs. So like, I kind of
if
like
Hurin's alone with the
you kind of half expect to
chest?
come back to this chapter with like Hurin dead
and
or something.
the Horde gone,
Yeah.
I was like, okay, here's the rest of the Great Hunt.
So phew.
Yeah.
That didn't happen.
Yeah.
Good
he
thing.
seems a little unperturbed. He has no idea what's going on.
He's just like drinking in the common room. So
Well, he was.
do you think the horn is upstairs still in the room?
Well, it's in the chest. We get mention about it.
Yeah.
Rand looks to the chest with the blanket covering it.
Yeah.
Although I did have a sneaky suspicion that there's no horn in there at all.
Oh, and
because
it's
nobody's
gone.
looked at it
Okay,
since they left the village this morning
Yeah.
with Celine leaving. And in my mind, because we had so many chapters between Rand and Celine in the village,
Yeah.
and then Celine leaving,
Yeah.
I felt like Celine has been gone for a while, but it's actually only been, like, he saw her last night.
It's less than like 24 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I just had that realization. Like, I thought it's been longer.
And it has not been. Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
now she's gone again. And she says...
Glory, glory.
Yeah.
Think of the glory.
When I think I know what you're going to do, you do something else. You are a dangerous man. Perhaps it will not be long before we're together again. Think of the glory, think of the horn, and think of me. You are always mine. And I say, what the fuck, lady? Like, you're nuts. Sounds like she's nuts.
Well, she knows what she wants, and she's
Rand
going to try and
looks
get
at
it.
the ceiling and says, are all women crazy?
It's a good question, Rand.
Yes, Rand.
Yes.
Yes, they
At
are.
least they are to you.
Yes, they are. And then he stares at the blanket-covered chest and says, I wish Ingtar would come. And that's how the chapter ends.
Okay, most important question. Do you think that Tammuz is going to lose his job at the Illuminators chapter
yeah,
house?
he's totally going to get killed.
Oh, he's going to get killed? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's at least going to be on put like an administrative leave.
A dungeon. I
Yeah.
bet they have a dungeon.
A dungeon, shoot. Because he was like, yeah, I locked all the gates, and then like a bunch of strangers got in and blew up the wall,
Yeah.
and Trollocs got in. It's just a bad day.
Yeah.
And apparently ruined the whole show that they had prepared.
Oh, yeah, I bet the king is going to be pissed.
No, it's not good.
No.
Okay.
Because that's what they were really concerned about. She was like, oh my god, one went off, we don't have time to replace it. He's just going to have to deal with the rest of the several dozen we have, and
Yeah.
it better be good enough.
Maybe that was like the good one, like the finale. Yeah. It's like that one firework when you're watching the fireworks and you're like, was that the last one?
And
Was
you're
that
like,
the last
yeah,
one?
that was the last one.
Yeah.
And it's usually a bunch at the same time.
That's how they get you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I'm good. I'm excited.
Okay.
And with a line like, I wish Ingtar would come, I bet we're going to hear where Ingtar is.
Ooh, okay. Do you think that he's going to be... I mean, okay, so if the Trollocs are like...
And I bet
here...
Ingtar doesn't come.
Oh, man.
He's like, oh, I wish Ingtar would get here, and then Ingtar never shows up.
Ingtar's dead. He's been dead for 30 years.
Yeah.
No, okay. So, predictions about Celine. She's gone again. It's been 24 hours.
I don't know what that brought. I
Yeah.
know that she's bad news bears.
Yeah.
Bad news.
Okay.
And Tom is going to end up going with them wherever
Somehow.
they go.
Okay. And Ingtar is he should be close. Like he should be, because if the Trollocs are here, then kind of makes sense.
I don't know if Rand feels safe within Kyrian. Like if he doesn't feel like the Trollocs or Fane or the Dark Friends would find him there. Now, I was thinking that they found where Rand is because of Fane's I know where Rand is sense.
Yep.
Or there could be Dark Friends.
Okay. And everyone knows there's an Outland Lord here, so... Mm-hmm. And we know that the Dark Friends, who at least were at the Dark Friends social, know what the boys look like. Or maybe a
Dark Friend even at the Bunch of Grapes.
Could be.
And alerted
They
them.
can be anywhere. Spooky.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay. I want to go.
Yeah. That was fun.
All right. And I can say that this is part of the pattern now.
Yep, part of the pattern.
Thank you for listening to this episode. The Wheel Weaves is hosted by Dani and Brett, edited by Dani, produced by Dani and Brett with Kyle Smith, Benjamin, Joe Lott, Passion Socks, Moltude, and Mozyme. Music by Audionautics.com. If you'd like bonus content, like bonus episodes, outtakes, Q&As, more fun Wheel of Time talk, early access, cool stickers and keychains, and also to support us making great content, visit us at patreon.com/thewheelweavespodcast. Don't forget to check us out on Instagram and Twitter at The Wheel Weaves Podcast. We love interacting with our listeners. Plus, don't forget to rate, subscribe, and tell a friend about us because referrals really are the best compliment. We'd really love for you to come over and join our Discord channel for some spoiler or spoiler-free discussions. You can find the links at our Twitter page as well as on our Patreon page. Thanks again for tuning in because this really is part of the pattern now.